Welcome back to the TheChowTimePod. It's your host, Red. I got a video today from Juicy Z. Coffee Pod did a really good one on Mary J. Blige. It's happening, man. More and more women are paying alimony, and women are furious. Hopefully, more and more happens so we can get those laws changed. Please like and subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate that. Let's get to that chow. It's chow time.
Joseph, YouTube, welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Juicy Z.
Drink the coffee
And make you feel better.
Real men don't accept alimony after divorce. So guys, this is a part 2 to the Mary J.
I don't believe that. If women are gonna use the system, use the fucking system. It is what it is. The more men use this alimony system against women, the more women are gonna realize that they're gonna need to change these laws up, because the way it affects the main breadwinner is pretty shitty.
Blige situation where she opens up about the difficulty she's had paying alimony to her ex-husband. You guys have to check out what a lot of these women are saying. What the general sentiment is really that like only weak men accept alimony and want a woman to pay.
And should we say all these women are weak women, useless women that accept alimony and request alimony?
Out, right? Which is hilarious to me, of course. And I'm going to play a video here of her talking about men accepting alimony as basically kind of implying that men who do accept alimony after divorce are kind of like weak, right? You're a weak man for
Just
accepting
shame.
alimony and
Just take that money, man. Fuck it.
getting cashed out after a divorce. So the headline of the post read, Mary J. Blige says it's whack the wealthy women have to pay alimony after divorce, encourages women to get a prenup. In 2018, Mary J. Blige was forced to pay
Perfect. Yeah. Keep getting those prenups. Encourage those prenups.
$30K a month in alimony to her ex-husband, even though he cheated and stole from her. So that's the big deal with this whole thing. And as you guys already know, I've already done a video about this topic. This is a follow-up part 2. No more wasting time. Let's hear what she has to say.
So what are your thoughts on prenups, and how would you approach it, or what advice would you give as far as for a woman that may be wealthy, well off, and they're looking to get married?
Get a prenup,
Oh, now get a prenup.
because I didn't have one, and that's why I ended up having to just give everything away, because it's so.
That's tough.
Let me just speak. It's so whack
care.
right now that men, can come at you and get and get alimony. So when I was getting a divorce, I was like, you mean to tell me I got to pay him? And he cheated and he lied and he stole, and
How men have been feeling for the last 50, 60, 70 years.
not to get all petty, but you know what I'm saying?
You guys heard it for yourself. It's whack that men can get alimony after a divorce, even if they cheated. Is that, do you guys want to change the laws now? Is that what's happening?
Right.
Because it's about time, man.
You mean I got to pay him for cheating and lying to me and ruining my life?
Yeah.
So yeah, and the law is you have to, so I say get a prenup, cover yourself up. Yeah.
This is where the only thing that's an issue, it would be kids. Everything else, the prenup handles. Everybody is so worried about marriage and things. I'm not too worried about it because there's prenups. I will literally sit her down with her lawyer and my lawyer, and we will discuss what's going to happen. Like anything that I've made, all of my businesses that I've built before I met her, she cannot touch. All the money I make after that and the money we make together, I'm willing to split with her. Perfectly fine. I'm fair with that. Right? But when it comes to the kids, that's where it gets a little messy because, kids aren't technically your property or anything, so, but when it comes to your actual assets and things, a solid prenup signed by 2 lawyers, an agreement for both parties is solid. You're not going to be able to go court. No judge is going to throw it out. No way for her to dispute it because she agreed to these prenups beforehand, and she made her own stipulations and made her own agreements that she wants to make everything fair, You know, it's not just, okay, if I marry her, I divorce her, she'll never get anything, you know? No, we could put in clauses. If she cheats, then she gets nothing. If I cheat, then I owe her whatever it is. That makes it so that we're both accountable. Not just one person is like taking advantage of another person through a prenup. That's what everybody seems to think that's what a prenup is. And it's not. It's to protect both parties from anything that the government does. Because if there's no prenup, it defaults to the prenup that the courts have, which is fuck men over. But if you can always make your own prenup, so it never even has to go to the courts, because the prenup handles everything else.
I'm telling you, man, it's crazy. Man, my wife is here, so baby, I love you. So you said you're debt free.
All right, so here's what's interesting about this specific topic is one of my top viewed videos is a video that's titled, and I'm gonna make sure here so I'm telling the truth, millionaires making women sign prenups, modern women versus prenups. So that's like 1.1 million views. The whole video is just men trying to convince women to sign prenups who are not there with them during their building stages. And these guys are like millionaires. And of course you have Steve Harvey in the video in their corner, right? Throughout the whole video, not surprising. But the main thing is men don't have a problem with the prenups. It's usually the women. And in this situation, her ex-husband, who is getting cashed out, is being shamed for experiencing the benefits of the law that women have experienced for a long time. Don't believe me? Check out these comments for yourself. This first woman says, if he was a real man, then he would have never taken the alimony. Period. ... He has no conscience.
So women that do it are not real women? Like, this whole real man talk.
That has 214 likes. 214 likes. 214 women. Probably some simps in there who think that your job as a man is always to be in a position of disadvantage because it's the noble thing to do. Right? Not a fair exchange, but you must suffer.
Men have to be chivalrous even though we're getting fucked over. That's what society wants from us. It's like bend over backwards and just take it with a smile.
Simply based on you being a man. I'm sorry. That's just not the way men today are moving. They're wising up. Another comment here from another woman says, the men in these comments condoning that it's okay for a man to collect alimony is sickening. So again, this one has 500 plus likes. And this chick doesn't think any man should be collecting alimony at all. The entitlement of modern women to want equality only when it benefits them. Can it get... What do we got? Oh my goodness, man. Do they not see this?
I'm like in the same boat as Sushi. It's just like, really, bitches? Really? Like, oh man.
How this is a problem. Are men equal or are they not? Right? And I mean this from the perspective of what most women say they want and are fighting for. Not from the, realistic perspective of what we know actually is the case. If we're going to play their game, which they want us to play, of equality, treat me like I am an equal. Here you go.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Drink the coffee. Somebody else responded back to that chick and says, it's called equality. This is what feminists fought for. Remember, anything men can do, women can do too.
Damn right.
Great response there.
And it should be the other way around. Anything women can do, men can do, right? I mean, this is why men are transgendering, so they can get all those benefits that men don't get.
619 likes. Another comment here from another woman says, I see all the men in the comments skipped over the part where he cheated and stole from her. Child, stay single, lady.
And it happens the other way around too. No fault divorces. The other woman can cheat with no prenup and literally still take everything from the man. And this happens way more often the other way, ladies.
Stay single. These chicks sound like men in the manosphere and like RP community or space where people discuss these issues, whatever you want to call it. That's what they sound like in these situations. Sounding familiar. Stay single. Where have you heard that from? Right. And somebody else responded back to her and says, women have done the same and still got half. Men aren't skipping anything. Yeah, don't think because your wife cheated that the court is now going to look at you and go, oh, we're so sorry about that. It doesn't work that way.
Nope.
Even if your wife cheated. Now, if they want to change that in the laws, maybe that's something that's worth talking about. But I also think women today really underestimate just how much women cheat. Personally, I've said plenty of times that I think women today cheat more
I
than
agree.
men. And that's mainly due to these self-reported studies and that people read out here. Who do you think is more likely to lie about cheating, men or women? Men usually want to brag about the amount of sexual partners they've had and their escapades, where women will lie, straight lie. But let's just say they are being honest. Well, the truth is they're still not far behind as far as percentages that they cheat compared to men. And the other thing is, what would be considered cheating? If being emotionally open to somebody or texting somebody or going out on dates, right? All those guy friends that these women want to keep around is considered cheating, and that's actually in the prenup or whatever they would consider cheating. I think more women will be violating those things way more just based on accessibility, because as a man, you actually have to work to get laid, right?
Yeah.
You have to have game. You have to drink coffee.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Another woman here says, if you were stealing from the person and cheating, that should disqualify you because you...
Damn right. It should. And yeah, maybe you ladies should make the laws to change that. Maybe. Or sign goddamn prenups.
are the reason for your irreconcilable differences, male or female. We got another comment here that reads, men want to be the women nowadays. Do we? So wanting alimony and being treated equal is wanting to be a woman. And I would say women want to be the men nowadays. So I guess we're meeting in the middle. Someone else responded back to the chick who says men want to be women these days and says, how can you come to that conclusion? And another person added to the thread and says, B, please. Here's another comment from somebody else that reads, y'all in these comments talking about equality. Did y'all ever hear what she said? He stole her money and cheated. Why he ain't saved the stolen money? He could have taken care of himself, but instead he drug her through the bullshit for more money. Shaking my head. Another comment here reads, she needed a better lawyer because that is still wild to me to this day. A lawyer's not going to change the laws. It's just not. The laws have to change. And like I said in the last video, we need more of this to happen. Unfortunately, we do. More women in situations where they're now on the negative end of the aftermath of divorce will be the only way the laws will change, because in this gynocentric, female-based society, whatever's right for women, whatever makes them happy, the laws will follow and cater to them. Until then, we just watch this show, eat your popcorn, and protect yourself to men who are out here getting married, right? It's insurance, because as much as you love your partner, as much as you're in a healthy relationship, don't think you're so smart that you know the future. Another comment here from another woman says, God, the men you sent to be providers are requesting alimony. Yes, they are. Get me my money.
Damn right.
Another comment here from another man says, just like every issue in this world, people don't care to take action till it personally happens to them. Yes. And action.
That's why we need more women to experience this, so they can get up their ass and do something about it.
Action, I hope, will be taken, because at the end of the day, if the laws change, men too will benefit from that. Guys,
That was some good chow. Well, I'm proud of the man to make $30K a year off of his ex-wife. I'm not mad about it. He doesn't have to remarry, so he'll always have a good life. I mean, I feel somewhat about it just because, you know, as a man, it'd be nice for us men to actually do provide and take care of ourselves. But I also don't think it's anything wrong for the man to take advantage of the system the way that women have always taken advantage of the system. So the more men like him that are more willing, because they're not scared of these women shaming them for taking alimony, the more women are going to start feeling it. And yes, laws will start changing after that, in my opinion. So please like and subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate you guys, and I'll get you guys next time. It's chow time.